Sorry, was that loud?
Yeah, it was very
Sorry.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we did it together.
Oh.
They warned me not to eat that now later.
And you still did.
I did.
What are you doing now? Do we have to stop the camera?
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome in, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
Let's do this thing.
Melanie,
Yes.
what did you do on Saturday?
What did I do on
Because
Saturday?
it was the nicest day
It was.
we have had in a while.
Can you believe I worked?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
worked.
That's right.
Had to wake up 7 a.m. to
But you
go to
didn't
be
enjoy
there.
eating like.
Yeah, well then after that, I just spend it with my family. Which is usually what I do on the weekends.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went to the park.
You did.
I spent
Yes,
time at the
you
park,
did. You did.
and it was packed. You guys, packed. Like
Oh,
everybody
because
was
of the
out.
weather.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? Central Park. I was telling this to Jasmine.
Yes.
Like we should show a picture of that. Central Park was so packed that you couldn't even find space to sit.
Really?
That's how packed it was.
Wow.
You would think that we haven't had sun in a while. Or you would think that the weather was not nice. It hasn't
Yeah.
been nice, but it has. It
Yeah.
hasn't been that bad.
Well, I think the way that it was Saturday, definitely not. It hasn't been like that.
But have we had bad weather? I don't think it was been that bad.
No, but it's been windy.
That everybody was out. I mean, it was nice,
It was
right?
like,
that everybody's outside of their
yes,
house and the
yes,
kids are playing.
Yes, it was
But-
definitely. I think people just get like crazy once the weather starts getting nicer. Like, let's go out.
I think they got cabin fever. Let's get out of here. The kids are driving me nuts.
Yes.
Let's go out. Let's get them
go.
tired.
Yeah.
Let's get them tired.
It was nice. It was nice though. I love. I mean, Saturday was. It got to a point where it was a little bit too hot because I don't like it when it's too hot. But I love spring or fall. Like I like the weather where it's not too cold, not too hot.
But Saturday was spring, summer,
and winter.
fall, and winter.
It was all.
At the same time. Because at
Yes.
nighttime it got really cold.
Then it rained that same day
Yes,
too.
yeah,
Like it rained for
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. Saturday was like what am I? I don't know. Let's be
I don't
nice. Let it not. Let people get a taste of what's coming.
Yeah,
But then, you know, not yet.
Yeah,
You know.
not yet. I'm just gonna trick you. You can't have it all.
Yeah. No. But thank you for asking
Yes.
about what I did for Saturday. How are you, by the way?
I'm good.
She's back from Puerto Rico, guys, as you can
We
see
did
her
not
tan.
discuss that. They don't know that I went yet.
As you can see her tan, she's very tan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to celebrate my birthday.
Ooh,
Puerto
ooh, happy
Rico.
birthday.
Dun, 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 na, na, na,
Yeah, we didn't
na,
post it on
na.
the video, so
No, we
Jazz will
didn't.
do her magic and happy birthday, CEO. Right here.
Oh, ding.
Yeah.
It was nice. I had a good trip.
I'm glad.
The day of my birthday, I have to share this because I've never done that before. We went beach hopping, right? And it was really nice. And we ended up at Crash Boat, which that was the beach that I wanted to spend the rest of my evening at because they have sunset there too. But it started raining. Like as soon as we got there and we sat down, it started raining.
Mm.
So it's known in Puerto Rico that it'll stop eventually.
Yeah.
No.
It didn't stop.
No. So what did I do? I took the towel
Mm-hmm.
and I wrapped it over myself. I was sitting on the chair, I wrapped it over, and I closed my eyes, you guys. If you know me, you do know that I don't sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
I took a nap while feeling the raindrops falling on the towel. I just felt them dropping, and that sensation I took a nap. I think it was 15 minutes. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was beautiful.
That's nice.
It was nice.
Oh.
And then when it just started to get harder, it's like, okay, we're
Yeah.
done. Let's go. Yeah.
I'm
but-
sure the rain over there is different.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Everything's different over there.
Yes. I know. I know.
Everything. But let's not get into that subject.
Okay. Yes. Let's get started. We are here.
Mm-hmm.
We're back. You're back from Puerto Rico. We're here. We're doing this thing again. And today we're going into passion versus purpose. And why the verses is very different, because when I came up with this idea and topic, I realized, and I was doing my research, that a lot of people just mix these up and don't really know that they both have very different meanings. And they just, obviously, in a way, they're integrated, but they don't mean the same thing.
Yeah.
They're very different. So that's what we're going to get into today: passion versus purpose. Is there a difference? And I can tell you that there is.
Yes, there is.
um, when it comes, when it comes to passion, it's something that excites you. It's something that you want to do. It's something that you desire. Like, you're doing it and you're excited. And whereas purpose, it's more of like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I guess what I was called to
Uh-huh.
do, right? So there's a very big difference um when it comes to the two. And so what happens, I think we definitely live in a world where a lot of people, um we see that they definitely have a passion, but it doesn't align with their
The
purpose,
purpose. Yeah. Okay.
because a lot of people are just confused.
Well,
Either one, they don't know what their passion is, or two, they just have too many passions, or three, they don't know what their purpose is.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just there's a very just there's not a clear standard as for their life what their passion can be. People can get really caught up or trying to pursue other people's passions. They just get confused. They don't know what their passion is, but they look at other people, they're like, oh, that
Oh,
must
that's
be
my passion
mine,
too. Yeah.
so let me start doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see that a
And
lot.
that's my purpose too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that you said that.
Yeah.
Because you opening this up for me.
Oh, yeah. Her mind is working right now. Like,
No, you see, you bring topics here and then it's like, yeah, I do not want to stay like there. I want to bring it into another place.
yes.
So the fact that you said that people have passions, a lot of passions,
Mm-hmm.
do we really have a lot of passions or do we just have like temporary likes?
Yes.
Because when we discovered what the word passion really means,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to change the way that you view things that you want to do. The word passion originates from the Latin word passio, meaning suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment of silence, please.
Pause moment.
What do you mean, CEO? That the word passion comes from suffering?
Mm-hmm.
You know where it came from?
Where?
The suffering of Jesus Christ on the cross. It's from the Latin root passio. Like, that's what they describe. That word described Jesus when he was on the cross. That's why that movie came out, The Passion of the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got that definition from. That's why he named it The Passion of the Christ. Then later on, it evolved to, strong emotions and desires, like we
Right.
say
Yeah.
now, we have a passion for this, we have a passion for
Mm-hmm.
that. But if we truly have a passion for that, why do we leave it halfway
Yes.
done?
Mm-hmm. We don't work hard for it.
No,
We don't struggle for
we
it.
don't
We
suffer
don't
for
suffer for
it.
it. Yeah.
That's what the word passion means, you guys. You have to suffer for what you want to do. Because if you get it too easy, you're going to let it go. You're going to give up on it. But when you suffer for something that you're passionate about, meaning suffering like you spent sleepless nights,
Yeah.
you have to put on hold all the other stuff for a minute to concentrate on that.
Yeah.
That's the suffering that I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah.
For something that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't suffer for it, we're not going to find value in anything that we do. This is why when we ask people, what are you passionate about? What do they tell you? Yeah, I'm passionate about music.
Yeah. Something very general.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you passionate about music? Because if you are passionate about music, then that means that you don't stay in the surface. You
Mm-hmm.
become a writer, a composer.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get there? You suffer for it. What does that mean? You study, you research, you go to school, you find a trainer, you sacrifice time for it. That's passion for something that you want to do. Not just
Simply saying it.
just simply saying
Just
it.
say it.
Yeah. That's what I discovered that this word means. You're suffering for something. So now that the definition is that, does the word mean the same thing to you? Would it mean the same thing? It shouldn't mean the same thing. It should
No.
mean that you're not really passionate about anything.
Yeah.
Because if you are, you would still do it. You would still fight for what it is, your purpose. Passion, suffering, and purpose, all of that causes another P word.
Another P word.
Another P word, which is pain.
Yes.
It's pain. It doesn't come easy to us, you guys. When
That's
you're-
what a lot of people think.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of the mentality that they have when
Yeah.
it comes to because it's just very, and because that's like literally the world that we live in. You see something and you see, like, for example, someone already has, they pursued their passion, they have now, they have their purpose, they're doing, you're seeing how they're growing in that. And so you can easily get caught up in seeing that, and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to try it, and then it doesn't work out, and you just give up. Okay, I'm going to try this, then I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try this. And because you give up so easily, because you think that if you really, I'm sure that if you really sit down and talk to that person, they will tell you how much they fought for it, they suffered for it. Like you said, the sleepless nights, everything that they had to give up, to get to what they are. I remember one time I watched a video of this pastor, the 2819 church, is that what it's called? I forgot his name. But I remember watching a video of him, doing a podcast, and they were interviewing him, and he was like, there was a season where, in order for this to grow, which for him it's his church, for this to grow, I had to I had to pull away from my family. And that's, even, I'm sure, for him to say that, obviously during that time, for him it must have been very painful.
Yeah, difficult. Yeah.
Because your family to you is like the most important thing, right? But because he knew that in that moment, that's what he needed to do, because that was his passion. That is his passion. That is what, his purpose. That is what God called him to do. But there will come a time where God says, if, this is it, but you're gonna, you're gonna suffer for this. You're gonna go through a moment. Now, is that gonna be forever? No. So, and that's what he said right after. That was the time, those were the years that I even had to stay, I had to, I didn't dedicate too much time for my family. But now where I'm at, of how much this has grown, now I can spend time with my family. I have those moments. Now, is that needless to say that he doesn't dedicate the same time? No, but it has grown so much that now there's people, in every department, that there came a time where he was the head of every department. That's exactly what he said. He was the head of every department. But now that has grown so much. If you guys know about that church, if not, definitely, look it up. But, it has grown so much, and now everyone is, where they need to be. And now he is able to, dedicate some time to his family, like have that opportunity to. So why am I mentioning that? Because that's exactly what happens when you have a passion, you have something that you want to pursue. He dedicated time to it. He had to suffer those years so much, in a way that he didn't have that time with his family that I'm sure he would have wished for. And now where he is.
Okay. So what comes first? Purpose or passion? I just thought about this right now when you're talking. Like, the question came to me right now. Like, what comes first? Even girls, if you don't have your microphone, just yell it. Like, what do you think comes first? The purpose or passion? I'm going to give you. Okay, go ahead.
No. You want to talk
No,
first?
I like it. Go ahead. I know you were going.
I say purpose.
Yes. I feel the same way too.
Yeah.
Because I think purpose is already implanted
It's already,
in us.
It's already embedded in us, but we lose track of it.
Yeah.
Because we're born in a world that is filled with so many things. So then we start getting confused.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know you want to. That's so good. We're on the same page when it comes to that. Because I'm like, what comes first, a purpose or passion? No, well, the purpose comes first because God placed that inside of us. He
Mhm.
placed purpose inside of us. And the passion comes with the purpose. The passion, I feel, is like an action,
Yes.
right?
Mhm. Yes. I mean, when he I mean, we say it all the time. He created us with a purpose. Like that was he already knows what we're going to be even before we even know it. Now the thing is that, as even from the moment that we're born and as we get older, even when we're kids, when we're little, we grasp everything from everyone. Like, we're grasping things from our parents, from our friends, from our family, just anyone, right? And then things start changing and we start getting distracted and we start getting confused, and what am I, or what do I like, what is this, and you start trying things. Okay, I know I like this, but let me try this.
Yeah.
Or you might like writing, but then you start discovering that you also like reading, and then you're like, okay, so but what is it? Because we live in a society where you're like, well, you got to choose one thing. But it's like, the way that God works, he has that purpose in you already,
Mm-hmm.
and he needs you to discover what that purpose is.
The purpose is why. Uh-huh.
Hmm. The
Huh.
purpose, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking as you're talking. Like, whoa. Like my mind just went, wow. Because we talk about passion a lot, but we don't really discuss where the passion comes from, which it comes from the purpose first. Like the purpose is put inside of you. And when you discover your purpose, then you have this passion about it. And that's what helps you move forward.
Yes.
The passion, of course, is the one that's going to make you suffer to get to your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My notes are here and I can't read off of them because it's just like, no.
Yeah.
Purpose is inside of you. Everyone has a purpose. God has put purpose. It's like that verse says, for I know the plans I have for you. When he made us, he put purpose inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're born, we're here, and you hear this a lot. I don't know what my purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What was I created for? Okay, well, why were we created for? Like, what was the intention that God created us? Like, just to be here on earth?
Mm.
And that's it? No. It says it in Matthew 22:36-40. Our purpose is very simple, but a lot of people don't want to hear this. To love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul,
Mine.
and all your
Yes.
mind. You give your heart to him, you give your soul to him, you give your mind to him, and when you give him all of that, that purpose will be so easy for you to figure out, right?
Yeah.
How? I know that people are asking, but how? I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. What have you been doing all your life? The jobs that you pick. For me, I knew what my purpose was very young. Somehow, God has always placed me in leadership position to lead other people. Even in my job, Melanie, being a boss, a supervisor, have to sit down and have meetings with people. The secular world molded me for my church. You heard what I just said? The secular world molded me for my church calling, where I'm at now.
Mm.
You get that?
Mm-hmm.
You get that, right? You see that? So the
got it.
world actually also teaches you
Mm-hmm.
what you were created to do. That's the purpose. What do you do? What jobs do you do? Do you like working with people? Do you like being around people? Well, guess what? Your purpose.
There's a pattern.
Uh-huh.
There's like if you really sit down
Uh-huh.
and think about it, because I just like right now that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
There's a pattern.
I saw it in your face.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me.
There's a pattern. There's definitely a pattern. You might think that there's not, because you probably think, but I always go from one job to another one, and it's probably different. But if you really sit down and think, maybe what you were doing at that job, maybe how people looked at you. I just said something before we started the show. Like, people just come to me and tell me what they feel all the time.
And what are
And
you?
that happens to me every time in
Uh-huh.
every job.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, so
And what are you?
I'm an advisor.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have,
Yes, a psychology degree.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yes,
see?
I know.
So we do know what our purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that God shows us as we're walking on this path, on the jobs that we take, the way that we handle ourselves, our character. He does show us what our purpose is that we don't have enough passion to go for it. Somewhere along the line, excuse me, we just stop and we say, this has nothing to do with what God wants for me. So I guess I'm just going to get stuck on this job for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Um, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to be stuck there. You can even use that moment to find what it is that God wants you to do in that place that you're in. So, passion, purpose, suffering, pain. I never thought that the word passion will have suffering behind it.
Yeah, but it makes sense.
It does.
It makes total sense. I don't think it says it all the time in the Bible. Like God doesn't is not gonna bring anything into our lives that's not gonna be worth it's not gonna bring any suffering. That's not gonna bring any hardships. Everything that every purpose that he has for every single person, it's gonna there's gonna be hardships. There's gonna be moments that are hard, that you have to suffer, that you have to do things that you might not be comfortable doing. I think that's another thing. Like people get very comfortable in certain situations, and so they don't grow. And
Yeah.
and the thing about God is that he wants you to grow, you know but we live in a society where a lot of people get very comfortable where they're at,
Or they want it easy.
and they want it
They
easy.
don't want to
That's why,
they
that's the
don't want
whole
to
reason.
fight for
Yeah.
anything. They just, I know what I want to do, but can we please do it the easy way?
Yeah.
Like if we only knew that, since we're talking about passion and purpose, if we only knew that being passionate about something and suffering for it brings so much satisfaction, Melanie,
Yes.
because that means that when you get to that mountain on the top and you look down and you start remembering everything that you went through to get to the top,
Yeah.
I think the reward is so much sweeter.
Yeah.
And then the purpose will start. You know why? Because passion is for you and purpose is for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose is for you to help everyone else get passionate about what it is that they want to do.
Yes.
Like even for this podcast, all of us that are working here, we all are passionate about this. If not, we wouldn't have done this. And we're so passionate about this that, how do I say this? We're so passionate about this. Somebody asked me, and I'm going to say this, and I don't know if we going to cut this out, but after I say it, you tell me, girls. Somebody asked me the other day, how many views do you get? Do you get a lot of views? You know that shocked me? Like the question shocked me
Mm.
because I'm like, but I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like all I care about is that I'm sitting here and I'm trying to teach people something so they don't have to go through it.
Yeah.
If I can teach you something and save you from something, this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Even if it's
So
just one person.
yeah, yeah. So I'm so passionate about this that I don't care about how many views I get. I just want to get to the top of the mountain, fulfill the purpose that this is supposed to do. So then that way somebody else can look at us and say, you guys did it. And I can yell at you from the top and say, you can do it too. Hurry up and get here.
Yes.
That's the point of all of this. I am looking at the mountain, like I'm visualizing that mountain now, and the word passion and the word suffering and the word pain is all around it. You have to suffer for this.
Yeah.
The same way when you grow a church. you have to suffer for that as well. Because if you don't, you're not going to treat it. You're not going to treat it like something of value.
Right. And you're not going to protect it the way that you should.
Yes, you're not.
Because it came easy. So in the same way, it can easily go.
Yeah. You
The,
don't put
the
no effort
yeah,
into
the
it.
harder you work for something, the harder you fight for it, the harder you defend it, and the harder you are going to want other people to fight for what they
Yeah.
are passionate and what their purpose is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
learn from every stage, every season that you are in to get to that top of the mountain. You are learning. It might not seem like it in that moment, but when you enter another season of your life, you're like, whoa, from that one I learned how to do this, how to do that. Now I'm here and I'm putting it into perspective. And then you move on to another season and you're like, okay, I learned that and I learned that. So just being able to value all the steps that you're in while you're getting there.
Yeah.
Value them.
Yeah.
Value them because they are teachable moments. And for those that are listening that, are not in this walk with God the way, that we're kind of portraying it, then, that's okay too. Like if you feel like you're wondering, okay, but I don't have a relationship with God. I don't know what that purpose
Mm.
is. I'm lost. I'm doing this, then I guess it's that. Then, if you are in that stage, all I the best advice that I can really give, because this is something that I know for me was um very hard to do, is stop looking at what other people are doing. Definitely focus on you. Have those moments with yourself. Okay, what am I doing? Like you're probably already doing too much. Like if like, sometimes we focus on so much or like, okay, I want to get fit, so I'm gonna start going to the gym. I want to do this, so I'm gonna start doing that. I want to do that, so I have this full-time job and then I have this and then I have that. Okay, that's okay. You're a hardworking person. That's one thing. But have you ever sat down and spoken to yourself and said, okay, why am I really going to the gym? What's the real reasoning behind it? Why am I really working at this job?
Mm.
What am I learning? What am I getting from it? Why am I really trying to open up this business? Like what is it? Is it simply because you watched the video and you saw someone that opened the business and you're like, I'm gonna do this? Like there has to be something that is growing out of you, because if there isn't, then shut it off.
Okay. So instead of asking people the question, what are you passionate for? Why don't we start asking the question, what do you want to suffer for?
Mm.
Doesn't that change?
Yes.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the whole entire way that you look at life and you look at the things that you want to do? What do you want to spend and invest your time in the most? What do you want to suffer for? What is it that wakes you up in the morning and excites you and then says, I want to spend the rest of my life doing this? I will suffer for this. If
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't excite you, where you're at right now doesn't excite you, then I think you should start all over again.
Yes.
I think we're at a space right now where we should know what it is that we want to do.
Yes.
We should know. I know people say, well, I don't have any idea. I don't have no clue. Yes, we all do. I feel like we all
Yes. We do.
do.
We do.
We all do. It's
We
just
just
that,
can't figure it out.
not even that. I just feel like sometimes people just want everything handed to them in their
Yeah.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here are all the tools. You have the tools right in front of you. Everything is right in front of you. It's that you're not willing enough
Mm-hmm.
to, you're just lazy, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Just keep it that way. You're just lazy. You don't want to do it. You think that, okay, you're lazy, or you think that you can't do it, that you can't. And I think that you could. Your purpose in life, of course, above all things for us Christians,
Yes.
is to love God.
Mm-hmm.
And when you love God and you really actually look up that word love and you really know what the definition is when it comes to a relationship with you and God, then you understand that He has this greater purpose for you. and for us is always to save souls, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the secular world, there's something even greater than that. I don't think he wants us to stay stuck
No, of course not. He
and
wants
do
us to
nothing with our
grow.
life.
Yes.
No, we are children of a king. So that means that, like I always say this, that I'm a princess in his kingdom and I am of high regard.
Yes.
So I need to figure out what it is in this path that he has for me. Where am I standing?
Yeah.
What is my position?
Yeah.
Your character shows what position you have. Again, the people around you, what you do in your job shows you what your purpose is.
Mm-hmm. Just have to find meaning behind it.
Yes.
Stay away from putting too much emotion into it. Find more meaning behind it. Because when you figure out what your purpose is, you realize that there's like there's something long term about it.
Mm.
You know, pursuing so many passions, it can just be it's temporary. It can easily change, and that is why you get confused. So
You jump from one thing to
yes, to
another.
another.
Yeah.
Find meaning behind you said,
Yeah.
like you said, find meaning behind it. You know, in everything that you're in right now. What is the meaning? What do you really think is the meaning? And you're gonna realize as well that that's gonna bring a sense of structure and a sense, um, what's the word? I just had it. A sense of stability.
Okay.
Stability.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna bring stability. You're not gonna see it immediately. You're not supposed to see it immediately.
Yeah.
The stability comes with time. All of that is the stability is the reward, but people immediately want the stability at the beginning, and that's not it.
Yeah, they want the comfort of it.
They want, yeah,
Yeah,
that's not it.
Yeah.
It's our purpose is very long term. That's the way that God wants it. He wants you to fight for the purpose that he has given you.
Yeah.
He brought us into this world. He knows what we're gonna endure. He knows what we're gonna suffer. He knows that we're gonna have family, that we're gonna have kids. He knows that we're gonna have jobs. It's like I made a post the other. He knows the time that you were gonna be born in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he has created you in this time, in this place, and it has a purpose.
Sorry, my mind. I'm with
It's okay.
Jesus right now. Because he had when he came to this, like, he is our biggest teacher.
Mhm.
He came to this earth. What was his purpose?
To teach us
To die on the
die for
cross.
us.
That was his purpose. That was
Yes.
the end goal for him. Was
Mhm.
his purpose was to die on the cross for us. Then what was his passion? What did he suffer for? For us.
Mhm.
What is our purpose? What is your purpose? I need you to sit there and think about this. Okay, let's start with this. What is your passion? What are you willing to suffer for? I'm just giving time people to think about this.
Mhm.
When you wake up in the morning, are you passionate? Okay, let's say you're not passionate about your job. I could understand that for some of you, you know? But on the side of that, what else are you passionate for besides your job? Do you have any? Something that you can invest your time in? Okay, so if you have, yes, okay. What's the purpose for it? It's never for you, you guys.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is never for you. This is always for somebody else. We have to stop being selfish with the things that God gives us.
Yeah.
He gives us passions for things for us to do, but it's never for us. It's always for other people.
Yeah.
Are you getting this yet? If you cannot figure out your purpose, it's because you're just thinking about yourself. What can I do? How can I bring prosperity to my life?
Mm.
How can the best thing come out of me? This is all about me. This has nothing to do with you. Your purpose is always for somebody else. The passion, the suffering, all of that is for you to learn, to grow, that you can take care of it, that you can protect it. Because if somebody else comes along and wants to take it, of course you're not going to let them, but you want to show people, I got to my purpose because of this. And now I'm going to teach you about it. Your purpose has nothing to do with you, it's more to help everyone else. Jesus gave us that blueprint. When are we going to learn? I just got that download.
It's okay.
So when you learn that purpose is not selfish, that is selfless, that is for everyone else, and I think that's when everything is going to open up and be clear. And also, we become selfish with our purpose because we want to control it. I want to do this.
Mhm.
I want to do that. This is me, 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 me. No, no, you guys. The purpose and passion all come from the one above. And he gave you an idea. If he gave you a business, please put it in his hands first. Jesus' purpose was to die for us. His passion was us. And he made it to the end. We don't make it. We stay stuck somewhere along the line. Melanie's quiet right now.
Because she did it again. She went. She had that moment. I love it.
I did is
It's
just
the truth.
it's just the Holy Spirit talking.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I feel.
We make room for him all the time.
Yeah, we do. And I feel like sometimes we become very, very selfish in our ambitions. We become very selfish with our ideas. Those ideas didn't come from you. Those ideas came from above.
Yeah, it becomes very self-focused.
Very self-focused. And we think about just our little knit family to prosper. And we don't think about the greater picture. How can I help everyone else around me? How can I
Yeah.
help people grow around me?
Yeah.
This is like a theme that goes on with every single segment, every single
Yes.
episode. It's like the same theme.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
It really is.
Stop being selfish.
Yes.
This has nothing to do about us. Everything has to do about God and his plan.
Mm.
He gave you that mind. He gave you that heart. He gave you that spirit. He blew life into you. So that means that he deposited your purpose inside of you. You have to give it all back to him, plain and simple. For it to prosper, you have to give it all back to him.
And if it's not prospering, it's exactly because he knows when we are growing selfish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So
No, I'm not going
I
to say
think
anymore. I'm going to leave it there.
yeah, I think that's a perfect way to end this debate. Not debate, but kind of bringing a new purpose behind the definition of passion and purpose.
But you even voted here and we didn't even discuss it.
I know
You
we
have it here.
definitely didn't go through the script at all. But this always happens. So
That's really good. It still went the way that it was supposed to.
it did. And as always, we want to hear from you guys too. And what's like, because we're here, we're discussing what we know, what we think. But what do you think your passion is? What do you think your purpose is? What do you think those even mean? Like
Yeah.
what have you always thought that it meant? And as always, we hope that from what we have said, it has brought a different meaning behind it, and that you're able to learn from it, and that you're able to sit down, pause, reflect,
Yeah.
and be able to do something different with what God has given you. Everything that we have, even if we are not where he has called us to be, that's okay, because our God is a God of love. And as much as we fail, he will always find a way to pick us up and teach us and tell us, yeah, that's okay. This is where I want you to go. And we will get there. Like Xiomara said, we will prosper in the purpose that he has given us. But as soon as he sees us kind of shifting other ways, yeah, it's not going to prosper. It's not going to go the way that it was meant to.
Yeah.
And that's what we see nowadays a lot.
Yeah.
And as you have said it, I don't know if you said it on the show, but I know in our conversations in the Christian community, a lot of businesses, a lot of the passions that people are pursuing are growing, because we definitely know that this is a season of just harvest.
Yeah.
It's definitely a season of harvest. So, but with all of that comes with good intention, right? So we just want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? And
Align
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
That's it. That's all we're saying. And any for your life to, another P word, for your life to prosper, another P word, to prosper, you know, like align yourself to what God has ordained for your life, because we're meant for greatness. I believe this more than ever.
Yes.
We're meant for greatness. We're not meant to be this culture that's, poverty, none of that. We're meant for greatness. And we just need to align ourselves to God's intention for our life, to figure out our passions, to figure out our purpose. But we have to suffer for it, because we are humans that if we get it too easy, we're going to let it go too fast. So you got to suffer for what's yours. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit. Sacrifice just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's going to be great.
So
on top of the mountain, you guys.
Yes.
Let's climb together.
Let's all sit on the table together. So definitely pause. Pause.
Another P word.
Pause and think about it. As we read our verse, I definitely
That's
will
my
remember.
turn.
It's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that much.
Okay.
Another P word here. Psalms 56:4. In God, whose word I praise, in God I trust, I shall not be afraid. What can flesh do to me? Do not be afraid, you guys. Do not be afraid to fight for what is yours, especially during this season.
Oh.
Trust me.
Yes.
It's the season of harvest. Dun, dun, dun.